This features Bushwacka talking on his fucking Facebook, and John Digweed replying regarding DJs who don't dance in a DJ booth, which is something that I used to have a big problem with back in the day. But I feel like now, as I've matured over the years, I have less of an issue with it. So let's hear what John Digweed has to say about DJs who don't dance in the DJ booth. So Bushwacka says as follows: DJs who don't dance when DJing, explain your reasons for this. The ones who don't even nod their heads to the music, pray tell, are you enjoying the moment too? Not a criticism, more of a curiosity. John Digweed replies, hi Matthew, every DJ should be different and should have their own individual style of playing. I love that what I do passionately, but I didn't dance when I started, so I doubt I'll start now. I remember a tweet from Kevin Yost from Miami Music Week back in 2012 that sticks in my memory, saying, I have just walked into a room and just seen 500 people standing still taking videos of a DJ dancing. I want a club full of dancers, not photographers. I really agree with that, but my point of view is this: as I've gotten older, I've gotten to appreciate DJs who perform seriously, like DJs who approach their DJ sets like they're approaching a live set, like they're playing in a band, like they're going on tour, like they're performing at Madison Square Garden, O2 Arena. Like I prefer those type of DJs now, and those type of DJs by and large are the ones who are like me, don't drink or smoke or do any drugs before their sets, which is a pretty hard and fast rule that I've had ever since I've been playing in fucking pubs similar to like Weatherspoons and shit, right? Playing in pubs for tokens and £100, £50, whatever. I've always had like pretty hard and fast rule that I don't get on it when I'm playing. When I'm finished, it's a whole nother story, right? We're gonna be on the fucking multivitamin super hard, but I really believe in, no matter what level you're at, whether you're playing in a fucking cocktail bar, whether you're playing at an all bar one, whether you're playing in a fucking park, whether you're playing in a warehouse, a big club, a festival, you should approach your sets professionally. And by professionally, it means that you shouldn't indulge yourself in the booze and the drugs, and you should approach it with a clear mind to give the fans and the people there who are there to maybe watch you or discover you or just waste time and fuck around, whatever they're doing, the people that are around you, the dancers, the ravers, to give them as best a show as possible. And as Joey Diaz mentioned in a couple of shows of the Joey Diaz podcast back in the day, Church What's Happening Right Now, ages ago, I remember him mentioning something about the same thing about stand-up comedy and about how he had a hard and fast rule even when he was doing a bunch of blow and he was addicted to it. I think he's super sober now, but back in the day, Joey Diaz would say like he would always have like an 8 ball in his pocket burning a hole in it, but he would never do anything before the show because he realized that when he did do it before the show, it kind of numbed you from being sensitive to the environment around you. And as a comedian, maybe similar somewhat to a DJ, I don't really think it is, but let's just say it is for the sake of this argument. You're basically, it's a call and response. Yes, you've got your set. Yes, you know what you want to speak about. Yes, you've got your points you want to hit, your jokes that you want to fucking go on. But you're also, malleable to how the crowd reacts to you. And how are you going to be malleable? How are you going to be sensitive and aware of what the crowd is on when you're fucked up? Because that gives you a bit of a shield, or it makes you unaware of how people are feeling, right? Which is why somebody usually, when you're on the drugs and stuff, you're usually a bit reckless and a little bit more, flying by the seat of your pants. But because of that, I also then appreciate DJs who just don't dance, who just do their own thing in the booth. Because the dancing thing, to be fair, the people that overly dance in the booth are also the people who are trying super hard to compensate for their lack of ability to play or their lack of good taste when it comes to the music, in general. It feels a little bit like that. Like when people are overly expressive and jumping around and doing all sorts of nonsense and backflips that isn't congruent to who they are as a person. I feel like when it's congruent to who you are as a person, I think that stuff works way better. Like a good example is Patrick Mason. As much as people don't like that guy, I think how he performs on the stage is how you would see him on the dance floor. Like, I don't think Patrick Mason hams it up behind the booth. I don't think so. I think that person that you see behind the booth being all dramatic and having these extravagant dance routines and poses and contorting his body and twisting and jumping on the stage, on the fucking table, I think that same person will be the same person you see in the fucking dance floor. Same goes for that other guy. I forgot his name, but the Italian DJ who went viral many years ago, performing at, I think, an EDM party. I forgot which one it was, the big EDM rave, where he would be dancing on top of the stage and doing all sorts of weird, crazy fucking, routines and, motioning to the cameras and looking at the screen. I think there are certain people where you can tell, okay, this is their personality. Some people are hamming up, especially now in the era of like DJ live streams, in the era of like Instagram clips of DJ mixes and stuff, where people are trying to go viral. People are obviously hamming it up and exaggerating things for the sake of going viral. So it's easy to tell who's in it for real and who's faking the funk. But like I said, I appreciate the ones who don't do it, because that temptation must be super strong. So if you're not dancing, if you're not being super expressive behind the booth, it's because it's just not you. And most likely as well, if you're honest too, that it's a high probability that the person who doesn't dance behind the booth is probably a better DJ than the person that's super dancey and fucking crazy behind the booth and drinking and hugging a bunch of girls and all this sort of nonsense. That is what I would imagine. That's probably a hard and fast word. If you see a DJ dancing behind the booth and going crazy, 9 times out of 10 they're going to be shit. 9 times out of 10. So I do appreciate John Digweed's comments, and I feel like he was super spot on with what he said here about everyone having their own style. And I think it's really on point too to say that, what would you rather? Would you rather? Because I remember actually I saw a clip of it recently. I think I saw a clip of Charlotte DeWitt. It might have been Charlotte DeWitt. I think I saw a clip of Charlotte DeWitt playing somewhere. And again, it's pretty unfair because she's really, really popular. She's maybe one of the most famous DJs in the world. But she was playing somewhere at some sort of outdoor venue, and hardly anyone was dancing. Everyone was just standing there taking videos of her dancing behind the booth. And it almost looked like some sort of like exhibition, as if she was like dancing for the crowd, for their entertainment. And they were there watching her dance. Like, they were getting off on it. Like, okay, this is fun. We love to see her having a good time. But none of them were dancing themselves in the crowd, which is really strange. That must be disconcerting. And I think I mentioned it prior about kind of music. Like, I respect kind of music a lot, because a lot of the raves that they go to, they're full of people just wanting to get pictures, wanting to fucking record a moment. They're not really there to enjoy themselves. So imagine going to rave after rave, booking after booking, and all you see is a sea of people just staring at you blankly. No one's dancing, no two steps, no shuffle, no fucking Harlem shake, no nothing, no fucking techno stomp or techno march. They're just staring at you through their phones or directly, and you have to somehow not make eye contact and keep on dancing, which is probably why some DJs wear sunglasses. Maybe some of them aren't just fucked up and they're trying to hide behind the sunglasses. Maybe some DJs wear sunglasses to avoid locking eye contact with people who are standing right at the front row in front of the decks, locking eye contact, trying to look at them as deep as possible and not dancing, because that must be super, super awkward. So big up John Digweed, big up blood clot John Digweed. Moving on.